To get a sense of where things stand in Gujarat after half the election process is over, I'm joined on the Newstrack at this time, representing the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, its spokesperson Sanju Verma. Representing the Congress, we've got Rohan Gupta. Jasmine Shah represents the Aam Aadmi Party. Ajay Ummat is one of the most astute observers of Gujarat politics, as is Sheila Bhatt, who is India Today's poll pundit for this election process as well. And last but not least, I've got one of the country's foremost psephologists, Sanjay Kumar. Let me start by getting Ajay Ummat to give our viewers a sense of what you've picked up during the first phase of polling. What are the trends that you're picking up? What is it that is most interesting from your perspective that you think our viewers should know about after the first phase of polling is over?
Rahul, look, the percentage of poll is very, very high in tribal area of Gujarat, particularly in South Gujarat. If you see in Tapi district, in Valsad, in Dharampur, in Vasda, in Vyara, and if you come to even Bharuch district, in Jagadia, Netrang, Dediapada, Bharuch rural, Jambusar, in all these areas, percentage of vote is, very, very high, ranging from 68 to 73%. But if you come to urban Gujarat, take example of Surat, where Aam Aadmi Party has thrown his head in the ring and was thinking that, they can challenge BJP in Varacha, Katargam, Karanj, Olpad, Kamraj, and in Surat North. In this area, the percentage of poll has not gone higher, and BJP is now boasting that, if people in Surat wanted a vote for change, then, percentage should have gone higher. So it is almost same that, percentage of polled in last election, and where BJP had won 15 out of 16 seats in Surat city and district. So this time CR Patil, I spoke to him and he is very, very confident that barring one seat of Varacha, I spoke to many others also, barring one seat of Varacha and one seat in Surat East, where, Muslim candidate from Congress party is doing well, I think BJP will win all the seats in Surat. But in Saurashtra region, the percentage has gone down very much in Porbandar, in Jamnagar, in Devbhumi Dwarka, and in rural Rajkot. So it is a matter of worry for Bharatiya Janata Party that their traditional voter did not come to vote, and their page management and booth management system failed miserably in Saurashtra region, and that is a matter of worry. And in Kutch, Muslims particularly have voted one-sided, and that too in favor of Congress party. If you see, Muslims and Dalits, they have voted in very high number in almost all the constituency. And Rahul, let me tell you, there are 53 constituency in Gujarat where Muslim vote does matter, particularly in a three-corner fight where, their percentage is ranging from 10% to 61%. So that is more important. That is what I can say in a nutshell.
Sheila Bhatt, your critical reflections after the first phase of polling, what have you been tracking, what have you been picking up? Where do you think things stand after these 89 seats have completed their polling process?
Thank you, Rahul. Rahul, I'm in Ahmedabad and was tracking from here. I can say 2-3 things. That for very first thing is that this election is very different. Many veterans and analysts were saying this election is boring, but it is not so. Today's voting pattern and the way people have spoken on camera, it shows that our voters were silent for long, and it looks like AAP is likely to get more voting percentage than we were thinking. So that means that in a geographical area of Gujarat, AAP is in India already in 2 states, Delhi and Punjab, but it looks like AAP is born in Gujarat, and AAP is really dominated social media in Gujarat. So that seems to be quite a fact now. And secondly, I think that Visavadar, Dhari, Vankaner, Khambhalia, Olpad, Katargam, Varacha, Surat East, Rajkot East and Rajkot Rural, I was able to speak to people, and I think in all these places, AAP's candidate has played a role, as we have written so many times, that this time AAP is either a vote katwa or it can be a second party also, even if they don't win the seat. And it is now, today's election is majorly about AAP, that it looks like AAP voters came out also, and I'm not saying that AAP is winning and total, I mean, I'm not saying it's a lopsided way voting has happened, but I'm saying that presence of AAP was felt by Congress and BJP both. That is the message of today. Second, I feel that...
Sure, but let me try and explain this to our viewers so that there is context to what you're saying, Sheila, which is essentially that as the Aam Aadmi Party makes inroads, and Sanjay Kumar can then elaborate on this, it doesn't necessarily mean that all of these inroads start converting into seats. So AAP could pick up a fair share of votes and yet have very poor seat conversion, and they could of course be a factor in the elections without necessarily having too many seats to talk about at the end of the day. Is that more likely, Sanjay Kumar, in your view, or as Sheila Bhatt points out, that AAP has at least taken political birth now in Gujarat, and in the years to come, AAP will be a force to reckon with in the battlefield of Gujarat politics? Sanjay Kumar.
Rahul, very difficult to make a forecast how Aam Aadmi Party is going to do in the future elections. But I do believe that Aam Aadmi Party will take a birth after we get to know the results on the 8th of December. But when I say it will take birth, does it mean Aam Aadmi Party is winning large number of seats? No, I don't think that Aam Aadmi Party is winning large number of seats. I would almost endorse what you said at the beginning. Aam Aadmi Party is likely to get sizable number of votes. But in terms of seats, the conversion of votes into seats is going to be very, very poor. Because even in a three-cornered contest, the party requires almost 27-28% votes to get these votes converted into seats. What I see Aam Aadmi Party how I see Aam Aadmi Party doing in these elections is roughly in the range of say 18 to 20% vote. Maybe a couple of percentages above 20 or maybe a couple of percentages below 20. But this is not going to give Aam Aadmi Party large number of seats in terms of winning seats. Maybe Aam Aadmi Party is able to win few seats, but those seats would be the victory of the candidate along with the support of party. I won't consider it as a victory of the party. But yes, I do agree, Aam Aadmi Party has made its presence felt in Gujarat Assembly election, and it is going to damage Congress. When we get to know the results on it, we will get a clearer picture. But my own sense is that Aam Aadmi Party is seriously damaging the prospects of Congress in 2022 Assembly election.
But is this then, Sanju Verma, more about the next elections, where in this election BJP will do well, but a new political opponent has taken birth, which is pugnacious, feisty, wanting to get under your skin, and they may not have enough political power or muscle to be able to land a knockout blow in these elections, but they'll gain enough green shoots which they could potentially build on over the next 5 years. Are you A, happy that this election is going well, or B, concerned that there is a new opponent in the horizon who awaits you between now and the next elections?
You know, Rahul, forgive me, I don't wish to be offensive and I don't wish to sound arrogant, but I'm amazed at, the flurry of adjectives that you used for the Aam Aadmi Party: feisty, pugnacious, a new party is born, blah, blah, blah. Let me just tell you one thing. I think where the opposition really loses hands down is the fact that they are able to garner vote share, but they are not able to translate vote share into seat share. We've seen, Rahul, in the last couple of elections. Let me take the example of the Congress party because it has a history. Aam Aadmi Party, relatively does not have a history, in Gujarat. Congress, in most assembly elections in Gujarat, has always managed to get, vote share of between 38 to 42%. And that has been their track record in Lok Sabha elections as well. But look at the number of seats. In Lok Sabha 2014 and 2019, BJP got all the 26 out of 26 seats, despite having a 32% vote share. The Congress got 0 seats in Lok Sabha 2014 and Lok Sabha 2019, despite a very marginal difference in vote share between the Congress and the BJP in 2017. The Congress still was reined in at 77, and out of those 77, 14 have left the party, reducing its tally to 63. The limited point I'm making is that, assuming what one of your panelists said earlier, that the Aam Aadmi Party is able to garner 18 to 20% vote share, the key point is, will this 18 to 20% vote share that the Aam Aadmi Party garners be able to give them a sizable number of seats? And my answer is no. I will be surprised if they even touch the double-digit mark. And the reason for that is simple. You know, Gujarat ki Janata...
That's an important point.
I'll take 10 seconds more, Rahul. The Gujarat ki Janata, forgive me, is not like Delhi ki Janata or Punjab ki Janata. They have realized that Arvind Kejriwal promises the moon. But what has happened in Delhi? In the last 7 to 8 years, no single flyover opened, no single hospital opened, no single school opened, no single college opened, Anganwadi workers not given their minimum wages. You know, so Arvind Kejriwal says, I will give 30,000 per month to every Gujarati household. Now there are 1.5 crore households, which means that Aam Aadmi Party is willing to spend 5.4 lakh crore. From where will you get 5.4 lakh crore when the annual budget of Gujarat is not more than
here's the
2.5
fact.
lakh crore?
I think Sanju Verma makes an important point that you can hit a lot of flashy strokes, you can notch up your vote share, but Jasmine Shah, unless you're able to convert that into seats, it doesn't really matter. Well played maybe, but in the end, jo jeeta, wahi Sikandar.
Absolutely, Rahul. And you know, one thing we can be certain of, that in every major state where AAP has debuted, all the arithmetics of the political analysts and opposition parties goes for a toss. We have seen this in Delhi in 2013, we saw this in Delhi in 2015, and we now see it in Punjab also in 2022. And you know, that is what...
But that's not always true. It didn't happen in Uttarakhand, it didn't happen in Goa. So AAP has had some false starts as well. It's not as if once you enter the battlefield everything changes. The data doesn't suggest that.
But Rahul, if you go on the ground, you can understand, you can see the palpable mood. Your own journalists are reporting that. We are seeing that widespread across the people and the length and breadth of Gujarat, that today AAP has emerged as the voice for change. The word that everybody talks about is Parivartan. And which is the platform for Parivartan? It is not Congress, it is definitely not the BJP, it is the Aam Aadmi Party. And this, let me explain the maths of this 18 to 20%, Rahul, because that's very important to understand. The widespread mahal in Gujarat today is of fear. Very few people openly speak up in surveys that they are supporting a new entrant, and that to Aam Aadmi Party, because they know that Mr. Kejriwal fights the policies of BJP and Mr. Modi day and night. But 18 to 20% people, if they are vocally saying they're supporting AAP, there is another half of the people who are not able to say or not willing to say on the face of it, but will definitely go and vote for us. So our vote share today is actually in the range of 40%. And you know, talking about vote katwa, opposition party, we will see it on 8th of December that Aam Aadmi Party is going to deliver the knockout blow in one go. It is the pent-up anger, Rahul, of 27 years. Morbi, spurious liquor, bhrashtachar everywhere. You know, the kinds of issues that people of Gujarat are facing, they have never found voice. They know that Congress is in the pocket of BJP. 20 MLAs have sold themselves from Congress to BJP in the last 5 years alone. And the remaining who will win will sell themselves immediately after election. So today, AAP has become the only...
So you're looking to punch above your political weight, which is understandable. You're also talking about the prospect of fear. There is, make no mistake, anti-incumbency in Gujarat. But Rohan Gupta, a lot of that anti-incumbency seems to be against the Congress party, where people feel maybe that, especially those who don't like the BJP, they would like to look beyond, but the Congress is simply unable to build that confidence, with so many of your own MLAs deserting between 2017 to now, with the Congress hardly aggressively participating in these elections. A lot of this anti-incumbency essentially involves Congress ceding opposition space to AAP, which from now to the next elections could be very problematic. And typically, whether it is Delhi or Punjab, once the AAP comes in, the Congress tends to fritter away and dissipate politically.
Rahul, I am happy that my opponents are overconfident, and if the time results come, I would love to have been in this situation. See, Rahul, if you see the response to our rallies or our sabhas candidate-wise, it is tremendous. You take North Gujarat, you take Saurashtra, you take South Gujarat, Central Gujarat. The kind of response what we have got has been amazing. Another important thing, Rahul, I was just listening to Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. People of Gujarat, they know that after Uttarakhand election, where Aam Aadmi Party could get 2% vote, the whole body merged with BJP. Same thing happened in Goa. So they know that somewhere going for Aam Aadmi Party is wasting your vote.
Goa Congress with Goa
In
Aam
between,
Aadmi
don't
Party.
speak in between. I don't speak in between. Please don't do this. See, another important aspect, Rahul, I would like to mention here is Aam
Let him
Aadmi
speak.
Party, because it creates the media buzz kind of thing. So it is purely an urban party. If you see Gujarat, what has happened now, after declaration of candidates like Saurashtra, where they have declared their so-called CM candidate, even he is going to lose badly, because Saurashtra or North Gujarat or Central Gujarat, the elections, I'm talking about the rural areas, the elections are fought on the strength of local leaders, the candidates and the local sentiments. Where Aam Aadmi Party, even if you are maybe from outside, because their voter is, he speaks a lot, you might get a different perspective. But when you go deep in Gujarat, in rural areas, Aam Aadmi is totally wiped out. Their candidates are nowhere to see even in campaigning. So my point is, when a person wants
Sanjay
to
Kumar,
vote
do you
for
agree with this assessment that Aam Aadmi Party is more a social media phenomena, largely an urban phenomena? When you step out to Kutch, Saurashtra, which is where I'll be over the next couple of days, the AAP isn't quite as strong as it is in the urban belts of Gujarat or Delhi or elsewhere. Sanjay Kumar.
No, relatively, Rahul, if you look at Aam Aadmi Party's strength, Aam Aadmi Party's strength is stronger in urban areas compared to rural areas. If you look at the social media presence of Aam Aadmi Party, it's much better compared to their door-to-door campaign. But that doesn't mean that Aam Aadmi Party is not present. That doesn't mean that Aam Aadmi Party has not been able to make inroads in rural Gujarat in these elections. Whether Aam Aadmi Party is going to be successful or not, what kind of a vote percentage Aam Aadmi Party is going to get, that's a different story. But I think with a consistent campaign during last 6-7 months, Aam Aadmi Party has been able to make inroads in rural Gujarat as well, among the poorer sections of the society, and it is not only limited to the urban area, not limited only to the users of social media.
Rahul, may I come in, please?
A quick point.
Okay, Sanju Verma was itching to come in and make a point to counter what's being said. So go ahead and do that, Sanju. I think the critical point here is that you made the point about victory in this election. But a lot of BJP leaders, when you talk to them privately, are also concerned about what happens from here between now and the next elections and how the political landscape of Gujarat could shape up in the next 5 years.
You know, Rahul, I have been on umpteen shows with you, and I remember prior to the Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand election results coming out earlier this year, no political pundit, no journalist, and without being offensive to anyone, gave BJP half a chance. And BJP was the first party to come back for 2 consecutive terms in a row in Uttar Pradesh for the first time in 34 years, and for the first time consecutively twice in a row in Uttarakhand, for the first time in 27 years. And I think we will beat the 27-year so-called anti-incumbency in Gujarat, because what is happening now is that anti-incumbency has turned into pro-incumbency, and I will take just 30 seconds to tell you why. Today the economy of Gujarat is more than 19.4 lakh crore. Per capita income amongst the top 5 states in the country at more than 2,41,000. Gujarat got 37% of India's FDI last year from the new AIMS that is coming up at Rajkot, the Greenfield Airport coming up at Rajkot, the C-295 aircraft that will be manufactured at Jambu Sagar in Bharuch, to the World Health Organization sponsored traditional medicine center coming up at Jamnagar. I mean, the slew of development works is there on the ground for anyone to see. And don't forget, Rahul, that both the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party at some point or the other have flirted with or openly endorsed Megha Patkar, who deprived the people of Gujarat from water despite knowing that 75% of the command area of Gujarat was drought prone. There can be nothing more selfish than that in the guise of being an activist.
Rahul, can I make a small point?
Let me spend a moment trying to understand what changes between here and the second phase, which is on the 5th, which is also the day we'll be showing you the big India Today Access My India exit poll. In fact, over the next couple of days, I'll be spending time with the surveyors and researchers from Access My India as we travel across Kutch and Saurashtra as part of this post-poll exercise. So I want to understand from Ajay Umat, is phase 2 easier for the BJP or tougher for the BJP? What is critical between the 1st of December and the 5th, which you will be tracking very carefully to see how the trends seen today shape up or build over the next few days?
Rahul, if BJP is, boasting that they are going to win this election in the name of development, then let me tell you, then why Prime Minister is talking about, 2002 riots, why Prime Minister has to start his roadshow in Ahmedabad from Naroda Patia and Naroda Gam, why Amit Bhai is talking about radicalization and 2002 riots and, love jihad and uniform civil code and, welcoming Yogi Adityanath will bulldozer in Dwarka, and why no action on the flogging? Let me tell you very frankly, BJP is worried in this election because of anti-incumbency, and that is why 38 sitting MLAs, including 19 former cabinet ministers were deprived of the tickets, and 19 turnouts of Congress party were given tickets, and there are 19 rebels in second phase, and BJP is worried about their rebels. Their rebels are in Padra, in Vagodia, in Karjan, in Nandod, in Bayad, in Keralu, in Dhanera, in Disa. I can name all 19 constituencies. Let me tell you, it would be very difficult for BJP, and that's the reason I don't think that BJP will be in a position to break their previous record. BJP is very much worried, and that's the reason Prime Minister and Amit Bhai, you see Amit Bhai is in Ahmedabad since last 20 days, and Prime Minister has visited Gujarat for 16 days in out of 30 days. So I'm not saying BJP is losing election. I'm saying BJP may sail through, but it won't be as easy because Aam Aadmi Party may win 7, 8 or 5 seats, but Aam Aadmi may spoil BJP in almost 15 to 20 seats.
Rahul.
May I please, Rahul, respond to that?
But can I say, I asked Amit Shah this question. Sanju Verma, I'm coming to you. Just one second, let me also speak. Just one second. I asked Amit Shah this question about the level of intensity of the effort by the top BJP leadership. Very often, they make more effort because they want to win big. Not necessarily, it might appear to people watching from the outside that they're very worried. But as the Home Minister often says, no election is easy. You have to fight as if your life depends on it. That's definitely the way both Prime Minister Modi and the Home Minister and the modern day BJP fight elections. Now, the point about anti-incumbency, the point about dropping MLAs, the point about raising the 2002 riots, is that, Sanju Verma, in your view, as Ajay Umat seems to suggest, indicative of the fact that the BJP would like to raise these polarizing issues to try and overcome the development deficit? Sanju Verma.
Rahul, let me tell you, there is no development deficit, there is no trust deficit, there is no governance deficit. Point number 1. Point number 2, please note, Rahul, you are there in Gujarat. Sabarmati riverfront a couple of years back was a sewage dump yard, and today it looks like a state-of-the-art facility. Look at the statue of Sardar Patel at Kevadia. It attracts more visitors per day than the Statue of Liberty, and it was mocked at when it was inaugurated in October 2018. Now coming to the moot point, I find this a bit of an oxymoron, and I'll tell you why, with no offense to the earlier panelists. जब BJP दिन रात मेहनत करती है, when Prime Minister is on the roads in Surat, in Vadodara, in Ahmedabad, people say, अरे Prime Minister को कितना काम करवा रही है BJP? They don't have a second line of leadership. That is why the PM is all over. That is the reason these people are working so hard. They are scared. Now, if we don't campaign, the same lot will say, अरे देखो BJP कितनी arrogant हो चुकी है. अरे देखो BJP कितनी overconfident हो चुकी है. They do not even wish to connect with their voters by doing basic minimal campaigning. The point is, people can say anything. I will repeat what Amit Shah said to you. Be it a municipal body election, be it an assembly election
Rahul,
or the general election for that matter. We never take victory for granted, and that is the reason we are not overconfident, but
Okay,
supremely
now so Rohan Gupta,
confident.
from the Congress's perspective, is it a case of a wasted opportunity? The fact that in 2017 you won 77 seats, you were in contention, the BJP only had 99, and yet you frittered that opportunity away. You didn't maintain the intensity of the campaign over the next 5 years. Key MLAs left, your party was weakened, you hardly fought the election seriously, which is why there's so much chatter about the Aam Aadmi Party coming in and taking the opposition space. Even if the Congress ends up second in this election, you've conceded the battle in the mind, and that's a big problem for the Congress.
Rahul, we will see these on 8, but I'm telling you that whatever ground reports you are having, in 2017, none of the polls gave us more than 40 seats, and we landed at 77. The situation on ground is different, Rahul. This time the voter knows what he has to do.
That's
And
not correct. The exit poll that we carried out was bang on. We predicted it would be a tough battle, which is exactly what happened. So don't make up facts.
I can disagree with you, but at least you can allow me to complete my point, Rahul. Your point can be different, but allow me to complete my point.
Yes, please go on.
Surat is one area which has been the strong bastion of BJP, and you see what is the situation. Aam Aadmi Party is cutting vote of BJP there. 19 leaders, it is not a small leader. They were not given ticket and they have been suspended. They are fighting elections against BJP. If you see the ground level worker, they are totally dissatisfied with the ticket distribution. 20 turncoats of Congress has been given ticket. If they are confident, why they have to give tickets to 20 turncoats? And majority of these turncoats they are going to lose because BJP workers have not accepted them. Come on, these are the ground level situations, Rahul. And let me tell you, whatever you are influenced by the atmosphere or show off, we will see in the results how it is reflected in votes. Because this time we have done the micro campaign and the eight vachans of Congress, the promises of Congress party, we have gone door to door. I am ready to do one complete program with you with the photographs of rallies of Congress candidates across 182 constituencies, and you will be surprised to see the response. The elections are fought on the strength of the local candidate and its election management. This time our complete teams, let me complete, Rahul, now. 30 our complete teams of election management, they are on ground with the candidates and they have fought A, B, C, D, all teams of BJP. And I am telling you the way they have fought this time, I am proud as a Congress worker that in typical situations where even media is not with us, we have really fought. Today you are showing Ahmedabad.
I was making it sure.
Not even a single.
You're talking about a silent campaign. No. Okay. Let Jasmine. No, 1 second. You're talking about a silent campaign. Unfortunately, in politics, jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai, and the Congress wasn't seen as being in the fight in Gujarat, and that's a problem. And that is something that the Congress does need to reflect on. But of course, you're on camera right now, so you can't accept that. So I want to go across to Sheila Bhatt on the issue of the second phase of polling, which is in Ahmedabad and elsewhere. Sheila, 1 second, Jasmine, just 1 second. Sheila Bhatt.
Yeah.
1 second, Sheila. Okay, 1 second. Okay, now everybody's speaking at the same time. It's very difficult for me to run a debate like this. Let me go across to Sheila Bhatt just for a moment to understand what is she trying to look out for in the second phase. What do you think is most critical? Sheila Bhatt, and then I go to Jasmine after this. Sheila.
Right. So Rahul, I think second phase BJP will be more comfortable except in North Gujarat. And also this AAP factor is not in a big way in a play in the second phase as much as it was noticed in first phase. First thing. So it is a traditional normal in Gujarat election. In a second phase largely Congress versus BJP, rural versus urban. That is what the politics between these two contenders will be. And second phase BJP I think will be more comfortable with. And also Rahul, in this election, we have seen Prime Minister plus Amit Shah and entire BJP machinery doing some desperate work, but I don't think we should overread that also. Because that is the way they are.
Okay.
And they do
Would you accept, Jasmine, that the first phase was really where AAP had its brighter chance? Surat and the areas around Surat. Do you think that's where the brighter chance was? What are you looking out for in the second phase? Do you think first phase is really what would have set the tempo for what may happen on the 5th of December? Jasmine?
There's no doubt, Rahul, that Surat has been the stronghold of AAP. We are the opposition party there in the municipal corporation. But over the last 2 years, since we had the municipal elections, AAP has gained ground across the length and breadth of Gujarat, be it rural Gujarat, be it tribal areas of Gujarat, or all other parts of Gujarat. But the point I want to make is, because I was hearing tall claims being made by the BJP spokesperson, it's easy to say that our economy is so large and so large, but the ground reality is that लोगों को खाने के लिए नहीं है. The two biggest issues across the length and breadth of Gujarat is महंगाई and बेरोजगारी, and that is the problem that BJP is trying to execute. Aam Aadmi Party, I have not spoken in. Please don't interrupt me. I have not spoken.
Let Jasmine speak. Let Jasmine speak.
Please don't be a rowdy on this show. We know that Gujarat BJP is the rowdiest party. Or hooligans go and disrupt all of the political parties' campaign. Please don't be a rowdy on this show. My point is simple, that महंगाई is the main mudda, and that is where Arvind, Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party's promise of free electricity, of free and quality education, healthcare, these are the issues that connect with the day-to-day lives of the people. No party is talking about it. When we go and campaign, BJP हमें गाली देती है, Congress हमें गाली देती है, फिर एक दूसरे के साथ setting कर लेती है, but nobody is talking about the day-to-day issues of the people of Gujarat. Gujarati people want change. Gujarati people want छुटकारा from महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, and that is the reason, Rahul, it is the youth and the women who are coming out in record numbers and voting for AAP over and above all other sections of the society, and that is the change you will see on 8th of December.
Okay, I'm out of time on this broadcast. We've had an opportunity to give you a sense of the mood on the ground. You've picked up a pulse of what's going on from the BJP's perspective, from the Congress's perspective, and also from the perspective of the Aam Aadmi Party.